Hey guys, it's time to go back to the Frollo.
Wait, no, don't say anything. You don't have to do intros, remember?
I know we don't have to, but I
You
could.
do realize that was for a thing, I was referring to that introduces itself, you fucking jackasses.
You know what, though? You know how much I care?
Have
I
you
don't.
ever? Like, I've never seen anyone do an intro for a Cards Against Humanity video, and usually when they do, it's cringy as fuck.
Exactly, but it has been done then.
Yes, and it shouldn't.
So you can't even just say, hey, we're playing Cards Against Humanity, go.
Usually most people just jump right into it. If there ever was an
Get
intro,
right
it's
into
edited
the
out.
news.
Don't remind me that he exists. Anyway, I'm Llytic, that twink with the square jaw.
I'm Tom, the jackass who thinks everything has to have an intro.
My balls haven't dropped yet. Well, that was an interesting thing. Anyways,
Had a long day, Zane. You sound tired.
me, it's the weekend. I probably didn't wake up until like 2.
I mean, honestly, same.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I had to
we're
go
on
to work.
Anyway, we're on chapter 17. Jahan, I began as I petted Snowball's nose. What happened? Jahan Frollo, obviously upset and concerned about the soldier's condition, replied, I was in Paris Saturday. I had planned to visit my brother when I learned he wasn't in town.
Oh yeah, this has the janky.
I celebrated upon learning that.
Okay, now this. It's like it has gaps every now and then. Like, whatever. I'll read. I said to Jahan, Claude was with me in my home. Jahan smiled. It was not as dazzling as Claude's, but warm and friendly. I had a
That's
feeling.
more that can be said for Claude.
It's Mormon friendly?
Warm and friendly. I guess I wasn't clear enough on that. I had a feeling he was with one of his ladies. He continued to tell me how he had found the soldier who was severely injured, perhaps dying. I was on my way to the Chateau Darcy. You do remember. We had a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
A wonderful Sunday afternoon. His voice trailed off. He paused to collect his thoughts.
Oh, yes, that is.
Sorry. Then continued. Apparently the horse kicked him several times. Oh.
Pain.
What did he
the only
do?
Thing that can make me laugh right now. He tried to steal the horse.
Oh, okay.
Fell backwards down the embankment. It's very rocky down there. His head was, I'm glad my brother made you stay outside.
Oh, God.
Bloody. Jihan sat down on the ground, then recollected. The recollection of the recollection of the gravely injured man had clearly disturbed him. There's also some internal damage, at least, I think so. I could hear blood gurgling.
Oh, so the
Only
guy's
blood
like,
gurgling. Not the man gurgling.
No, just the blood going. I don't
My
know what
blood
that
just
was.
screams.
I
Unending. Ceaseless.
scream into the void.
Jahan's voice began to quaver as he continued. Even I began to feel a little queasy at Jahan's description of the man's injuries. I'm glad you were outside. I'm glad that you weren't around to see it. Now allow me to explain it in great detail.
Heroic brutality. That's all I'm thinking of right now.
I went for
DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat was terrible.
I went for help at once. The caretaker's cottage was just a few miles away. Just a few miles away. We brought him back here. He nodded toward the small cottage, then I asked, Jahan, where's the caretaker? Did you kill him? Claude and I didn't see anyone, except for the servant, 2 guards. Jahan replied, the servant told me that the caretaker left Paris several days ago to search for his wife, who Claude might have killed.
Wait, weren't they in Paris or like?
No, they're on the outskirts of Paris. Or,
Okay.
like, outside Paris. They're out in the sticks.
Okay.
In the France boonies.
Ah,
A
okay.
place nobody cares about. You know.
France!
Well, I didn't want to take it that far, but okay.
I mean, we're also in a place no one cares about, so...
I looked puzzled. Then Jahan continued. I knew to contact my brother because the man kept saying, I want to apologize to Minister Frollo and to my cousin. Now I was truly puzzled. I know what the man did to Claude, but who's the cousin? It wouldn't dawn on me until... Man, I hate this.
This lady is very slow. Also, apparently, she doesn't know how to separate lines of dialogue into paragraphs.
Nope, guess not.
The next story you read better have better paragraphs, or I'm going to be really upset.
I mean, one of them is going to be a boring as fuck, intentionally bad fan fiction.
And why are we reading it if it's boring?
Because the person in the comments won't shut the fuck up about it.
That's mean to say.
Don't we have a Patreon about for that
We do!
specific reason?
We do.
Hey,
It's
commenter,
almost
why
as
don't
if
you
people
donate to
should
our...
go through there.
Why don't you go to our Patreon and maybe we'll do it at some point in time?
Hell, it's not even like I actually said I would do it. I said that, like, okay, eventually get around to it.
Give me 10 years.
But no, just every single fucking video. Hey, are you gonna do this? Hey, are you gonna do this? Hey, are you gonna do this?
BRB, I gotta go check the YouTube page.
God damn it! It's your line! The longer you drag this out, the longer it'll take for us to finish this.
Good.
At some point, we have another story by the writer of My Inner Life to get to. It involves a furry.
Oh boy, I
He
cannot
outside
wait
as he
to-
got to his... Well, I guess I should go inside. Claude will thank me at least this time. His little brother did something right for a change. Ooh, burn.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Jahan hates himself.
And he's still more likable than Claude. After Jahan went inside the cottage, I walked up to Snowball. I've always loved this massive, beautiful animal inside me. Wait.
This massive, beautiful animal. Yeah, Snowball was great too.
I told the boy to run along. I'll watch the horse. I petted Snowball's nose and stroked his silky mane. He bit me. Multiple times. Mostly on the face.
My uncle got bit by a horse one time, so he turned around and socked it in the face, and it never bit him again. Good old Snowball. I'm glad you're okay. You're a nice horse. Want to go for a walk? Here's a leash.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm getting to the point where I actually am looking forward to getting back to Midnight Sun, because this is just grating.
Not very great. Ang.
No, it's not. I appreciate the effort you put into that.
I put no effort.
Exactly. Snaps for you. That's more effort than what I'm putting into it.
Really.
Yeah.
Who is this person who's commenting on every single Back to the Frollo video?
Why?
I don't know. I saw like they posted the same comment.
It's the
on two
same
different
person.
things.
Same person I mentioned.
Oh shit.
Because apparently this guy thinks that lol random humor's funny. It's not. Just not.
Anyways, where the fuck are we?
To keep myself occupied.
To keep myself occupied, I took my hand and brought it lower down my butt. When Claude and company were dealing with that soldier, I recalled that day of the farewell party. It was an affair that everyone, especially Claude Frollo, would never forget.
Flashback time. Yay, this is what we live for.
I need to get a flashback sound.
Oh god. Make sure it's specifically the one from,
Arthur.
No, fuck that. Wayne's World. Make sure it's specifically the Wayne's World one. Where it's them making the noise themselves. My darling Misha, you and your friends have truly outdone yourselves. said Claude Frollo as he surveyed the table laden with a variety of delicious food. We really knocked ourselves out to make this party a truly memorable experience. The cyanide was a nice touch. Fern and Kyle cooked mounds of barbecued ribs, chicken and turkey. Kyle's idea to introduce medieval Parisons to Native American food. That'll go great.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie and I worked overtime preparing salads and scrumptious desserts. I proudly pointed to the pecan cake, saying to Claude, "Bake this especially for you." "Oh, nice of you to remember my nut allergy." Claude was truly pleased.
Sorry.
You were
My nut allergy.
just like stabs himself with an EpiPen then digs in. "You remembered how much I like your American pecans," he said lovingly.
Wait, are pecans American?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're made in America?
They're native to America. Nowhere else.
They're really good,
Oh.
too.
Meh.
Sorry, when I think of people making nuts, I think of really huge plantations with people in very poor working conditions, so I was a bit surprised about that.
I mean, that sounds par for the course.
Yeah, exactly, so I was surprised.
It was a glorious Saturday afternoon. The early August weather was extremely pleasant. Nothing like the hot, sticky days back home. Pretty sure
I don't know. I
France...
prefer hot and sticky, if you know what I mean.
Oh my
No.
God. We had set up tables and chairs in the street. Our block was wide enough to accommodate all our guests. Just as Claude had promised, he had his men block
Why are you taking Zane's line?
Is that Zane's line? Shit,
Yes.
sorry.
No, you can keep reading, just skip me. I don't want to read this.
I don't either.
Then why don't you read it together?
Alright, just tell me where it is and we'll read together, baby.
Just as Claude had promised.
Just as Claude had promised, he had his men block off the area to traffic. That way we wouldn't be bothered with the entire populace of Paris swarming all over. There wouldn't be enough food anyway. Here's a better idea. Have it back outside the outskirts of Paris, dumbass.
Well, they hadn't been here yet. This is been there yet. It's a flashback.
But still, like,
Here's
still a dumb idea.
Here's an idea. No, wait. This whole story was a dumb idea.
Yes. Wanting to fuck Frollo was a dumb idea.
Also rather disturbing if you think about it.
You know what I like? Powdery old white man dick.
Hey.
Oh my.
Jahan, as usual, helped himself to everything and asked, "What is this? What do you call that?" Upon
What's
tasting
that
my
word
potato-
again? Feet.
What is this? Upon tasting my potato salad and sugar cream pie, he favorably commented, "Delicious! You must make more of this before you leave." Claude just smiled at his brother. Then he leaned over to me and said, "Typical behavior. Pay him no mind." Claude complimented Fern on the barbecue. It was then he developed a particular fondness for my sweet spicy sauce. That we're recalling it now. Then he chuckled good-humoredly as he reached under the table and grasped my hand.
Oh, ooh.
I made sure I didn't mention our eventual parting. I wanted this to be an enjoyable experience for everyone. Well, you failed. Good day, sir.
We're not having a good time, so you definitely failed on that one.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Yes, there
I
we
fucking
go.
hate that song.
It's a terrible song. I want to shoot the radio every time I hear it. Aunt Pearl kept everyone enthralled. It's supposed to be enthralled, but she wrote enthralled with stories of her childhood and her long career as a teacher. Claude said to Pearl, "I hope you aren't too homesick being all without all your 20th century conveniences." Pearl just laughed and said, "Your Honor, I grew up in a 2-room cabin. No running water, no electricity, no indoor plumbing. Stayed at Marie Louise is almost like that, but a lot grander and more comfortable."
Wait, this isn't a flashback.
Is it?
That was a time skip to the party. They are outside of Paris,
Oh.
Then why did he block a road to...
so that people wouldn't go that way
That's...
from Paris. Because apparently Claude is a famous bachelor or some shit. Because previously in the story, he was chased by a whole bunch of women who wanted to fuck him.
I mean, that might happen
even
for, like,
is this
power's
story?
sake, but, like...
Not for Claude.
Yeah, I guess he's part of the church. It doesn't work like that.
Also, he's just not very appealing in any way. Typically, for that to work, you have to have some sort of appeal. Other than money.
I don't know.
You
I mean,
typically
with
at
Claude,
least
you could
have
probably
to be
murder
able
him
to tell
tomorrow and
jokes.
say it's a heart attack.
You typically have to at least be able to tell jokes.
But like I'm trying to say, this man's old enough to have a quote-unquote heart attack tonight.
Are you saying that we should poison him and say that it was a heart attack?
Yeah, and then steal all his stuff.
Alright, this sounds like a plan.
All right,
I like this. I like this plan.
You're not getting any of the cut.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm still okay with this.
Whose line is it?
It's mine.
Alright.
We all broke up in laughter. Then Jihan asked, "Why didn't you marry?" Perla explained that, back where she first taught, school choosers weren't allowed to marry, or at least marriage was discouraged. Oh, I could have married, but I decided to devote my life to the children.
Oh dear.
Claude praised Perla's devotion to her chosen profession just before he could ask Aunt Perla more about her life. Fern excused herself from the table.
Also, considering the time period, I'm pretty sure they'd be very confused by a woman teaching.
Yeah.
She then turned to me and said, "You know, I think you, Jackie, and Shelley, Kyle's girlfriend whom we invited to medieval Paris, this will be her second trip, can hold down the fort until I get back." No, wait, you think you. Whoops. I like to imagine that she said that part as part of the line. Like, it wasn't an explanation for the people reading. It was just the old lady explaining. I looked at Fern with questioning eyes. Why does she have to leave? What is she up to?
Murder, probably.
Murdering Claude. We need to set the timeline right.
Yes.
Quickly, drop a statue onto him and then throw him into hell. Wait.
I gotta go across town and pick up my contribution to the entertainment.
The strippers!
I pondered a bit, then realized exactly what Fern was talking about. Oh boy! Strippers!
Finally!
These Parisians...
The story might get interesting.
These Parisians and Claude are in for a treat.
Strippers!
I said we'd come up with something.
I wonder if somebody from that time period saw a male stripper, if their mind would explode.
If they saw a male stripper, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the Well, they probably have a lot of choice words for that, but who cares, am I right?
Yeah, fuck them.
After Fernando leftery, the three of us huddly togethery, trying to come uppy with something to entertain our guesties.
What are you doing?
Shelley suggested we do girly groups. Just like she, Jackie, and her sisteries used to do. I remember now, I said. We all did that act for juniory vaudeville. I think I joined you in that little routine, Jack grinned, adding, since you are the oldest, we'll let you sing leady. I said yes. Then asked Goki, what'll we do for a band? Shell said as we headed for the stage. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Washboards and an empty jug.
It's one word.
We're doing a cappella.
It's one fucking word. Oh my god.
Acapella.
Motherfucking Arthur claims to be an English teacher. And she just fucking bone apple teed acapella. Motherfucker.
I was about to drink when you said that, please.
The stage was just a small platform that several men in the hood built for this occasion. Unfortunately, there wasn't a leprechaun involved. That is weirdly one of the better movies in that series. I'm not lying. It's one of the better acted ones. Like, you actually care about the characters. Like, they have goals and shit. And it's weird.
They're not just cannon fodder.
Yeah, it's...
Are you guys talking about Leprechauns in the Hood?
Yes, weirdly one of the better ones of the series. It's a lot better than Leprechaun in Space, anyway. Leprechaun in Space was a fucking garbage fire that doesn't deserve to exist.
What? What are you talking about?
The Leprechaun series.
That's
One of the
thing.
movies, he ends up in space.
Who is this You know what? I don't want to know, actually. Don't tell me.
You knew about Leprechaun in the Hood, but you didn't know about Leprechaun in Space?
I did not know about Leprechaun in the Hood. I was asking if that was a thing, and I was surprised. I don't want to know about Leprechaun movies, please. Let's just move on.
It's a series of horror movies.
That's even worse.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Warwick Davis is a treat.
Leprechaun in... Oh, God. It auto-completed. What the hell? This ain't a leprechaun. What the fuck?
It's a small, wrinkly old man. What did you expect a leprechaun to look like?
Not old and wrinkly. Expecting Lucky Charms guy, not the guy who looks like he's a mixed midget and those like little things from that one movie you're not supposed to feed after 12.
Gremlins?
Yeah, this man looks like a really fat human gremlin mix.
I'm just trying to remember if Warwick Davis is still alive. I mean, granted, he was in prosthetic makeup for this movie, but...
Well, I sure hope so. I'd hate for that to be his actual look. Oh god, he's got a lightsaber too in the space one?
Yeah, the space one was god-awful. They don't even call him a leprechaun in that one, though.
What
the fuck is this Leprechaun's Return shit?
I think they're coming out with a new one.
They came out with a new one recently, and that one was actually decent.
Well then, let's look up the reviews for Leprechaun Returns. Leprechaun Returns once again when a group of girls unwillingly awaken him when they tear down a cabin so that they can
that
build
was
a new
that
sorority
one.
house.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The old house gets turned into a sorority house, and turns out that he gets back out of the well.
He lives in a well?
No, he got thrown into a well at the end of the first movie and blown up.
Wait, seriously?
How there's so many other ones afterwards?
Well, the other ones don't. None of them follow the continuity of any of the previous ones, except for Leprechaun Returns, which follows the continuity of the first one. It pulls a Halloween 2018 on us.
Wow.
I've heard mixed reviews of the Halloween that came out like last year, I think it was.
Honestly, it's the only one of the Halloween sequels other than Season of the Witch that I like. Mostly because all of them ended up just immediately ruining the horror of the first one by giving him a reason for killing. You don't do that with Michael Myers because what makes him scary is the fact that there is no reason behind what he does. He is this cold, emotionless shell that just goes around fucking icing people. And you can't reason with it. You reason with him. You can't understand him. That's what makes him scary.
Ice-T, isn't it? That's cool.
You don't like. That's what makes like Michael scary, even compared to like other horror killers that are honestly like a lot more physically imposing than him. Is the fact that he is the embodiment of the fear of the unknown in human form.
Oh, nice.
Because you know jack shit. Like, when it shows him as a kid, there's no reason he fucking murders his sister. He just does.
Because he's just psychotic.
It's not even that he's psychotic. Like, there's no... Like, when you see him, his face, there's, like, no joy in it whatsoever.
So it's not even he's...
He just kills. He is a shark.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
God damn it!
Shut up.
Yeah, he just kills. Like, that's what makes him scary. When you give the excuse of he's exclusively going after like members of his own family and anyone who gets in the way, that's not scary. You've given a reason for why he kills and immediately knocked horror out of him.
Yeah, that's just Tropey at best.
Anyway, Claude Frollo sat in a prominent spot nearby. He was smiling pleasantly and gave me that look that said, "Well, let's get on with it."
That said giggity goo, am I right? What?
I announced to the audience that what you're about to hear is a sampling of music from our country, that is, our part of the country. First up, my friends. I'm trying to remember, where exactly is she from? Illinois?
Indiana, I think?
Is it Indiana?
I think so, yeah.
Is Indiana known for its music?
Not really. My aunt lives there. That's about all I know.
I introduced Jackie and Shelley, and we will sing a medley of songs known as Motown. You know, I'd much rather be listening to Cardi B. That's not even like a diss at Cardi B. She's a great musician. Like, there's so many things I'd rather be listening to than this lady singing. Also, I just like to point it out that I find it hilarious that female rappers do better female empowerment songs than just about any other genre.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the closest you get is country singers singing about wanting to murder their husbands.
Murder's never the answer.
I'm pretty sure if they're being abusive, it is.
Probably, maybe. You're still gonna go to jail, maybe.
It
Dug
depends
my
on whether or
kid
not.
the side of his car.
If you do it right, you can call it. I call it a self-defense. Although, depending on who you are, they might not hold up in court, considering that one case involving the Stand Your Ground law in Florida. Basically, the Stand Your Ground law is one of those things that was promoted by the NRA, saying, like, if someone's on your property and you don't want them to be... Or no, wait, no, not quite that. Shit, I got it quite wrong. Stand Your Ground law was basically, in a self-defense situation, you can use a gun regardless of whether or not... you can lethally use a gun regardless of whether or not you'd be able to escape in that situation. So, like, whether or not it's necessary, according to the Stand Your Ground law, you can use a gun in self-defense and face no legal repercussions.
So what you're telling me, female empowerment is learning the law.
Well, here's the thing. One of the people that kind of tried, that was basically, like, more or less enacting that as defense against her abusive husband, ended up going to jail for it. And surprise, surprise, she was black.
Oh.
So apparently that law only counts towards white people.
That sounds like this country sometimes.
Basically, yeah. Anyway. Immediately, we began clapping our hands and swaying to the rhythm as I belted out Dancing in the Street, Heatwave, Shotgun, and other American urban standards. I'm not gonna lie, I just want to listen to Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, straight out
That'd at least be entertaining in this context. We shall not sing you the musical stylings of America.
I shall sing you the song of my people.
Oh god.
Is it my line? Is how everyone's
No,
dragging
it's still me.
Oh, okay, good. I thought I was being bad.
I think it was during Heatwave that I noticed Claude trying very hard to maintain his composure. His eyes were hot with passion when I sang the line.
He had a boner.
Is this my line?
Yes.
Whenever he calls my name, sounds so sweet and so plain, I feel that burning flame.
Sing it again.
No.
Please? Actually, I lost my line. Where am I?
You're at Ooh Claude.
Disappointed she's not repping Wu-Tang Clan.
Ooh, Claude. What the? Am I like
Claude.
in a
It's
different
italics.
universe?
It's right under the 3 lyrics.
Ooh, Claude. I can feel you getting all steamed up. Now, sugar, please keep yourself in check. This is definitely not the place nor the time.
Keep it in your fucking pants, you two. The crowd of like 5 people erupted in thunderous applause as soon as we finished. Oh, wait, no. Were they doing this for the population of Paris?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh god, they were.
Oh, Lord.
We understood none of what you said. Unless she was singing Motown in French.
I am sorry, I do not speak English.
What the fuck was that accent?
Dick, you come again.
It was like fucking stereotypical Indian accent.
It's like a soundbite I heard at one point in time. I just thought it fit this context pretty well.
The crowd erupted in thunderous applause as soon as we finished. Wait.
Yeah.
We never heard anything like this before. Sing more! Came the cries from the audience, but I could see Fern coming with a group of people, so he left the stage, but not before I introduced Fern.
Hey guys, this is Fern.
Fern, her full figure clad in a long, colorful gingham dress and white pinafore, looked more like a farmer's wife from Indiana than a stylish Parisienne. Okay,
Parisienne.
be consistent with the
Parisienne.
spelling of Parisian or whatever.
I don't know, maybe it was the French spelling. Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. She was carrying what I knew was her auto harp. Wait, a mouth harp? It's a mouth harp.
Is that what an auto
She
harp
had the
is?
harmonica.
I don't know if that's an auto harp or not, but I think it would be funny.
Looking up auto harp. I don't know, my first thought was that it was... I don't know why, but my first thought was immediately like just a weaponized harp. My fully automatic harp.
With every note played, a bullet shoots out.
Like that one character from DC, the DC comics, like that one cowboy dude. Can't remember his name, but he's got like the scar across his, like the weird like malformed face thing.
I think I know who
And,
you're
like, his
talking
guitar
about.
is also also a gun if memory serves.
Yeah. Oh, that's an
Serves as a
auto
gun.
harp. Oh, a dulcimer. Okay, gotcha. I lost my place. She was carrying what I
Fern
knew
stepped
was
on
her.
stage.
Yeah, Fern stepped up on stage, faced the crowd, then proudly announced, "Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests," she nodded to Claude and Jahan Frollo.
Ew.
"They are neither ladies nor gentlemen."
Oh, some non-binary representation. Nice. And wait, in
It's-
ancient France.
Yep.
Oh god, they're gonna die.
It's
Ooh.
Claude and Jahan Frollo. Who cares?
Well, I don't know how much of a dick Jahan is.
What a
He
name,
might
though.
be all right.
Jihan.
Again, I will repeat the question you said. Are you really going to care about someone she wrote in this story?
Did I say that at some point?
Yep, because there was like an old lady, and I said something about it being a sweet little old lady, and then are you honestly going to feel sorry for someone or something like that? I don't remember exactly
I
what.
think I might have just said fucker.
Oof,
Either way.
That's a bad word. You shouldn't say that.
Her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
There we go.
No,
That's better.
stop.
We've fixed the situation.
Is it my wife? Is it my wife?
Yes.
Let's see.
First
off, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out on this beautiful day. We truly hate to leave y'all, but it's been a joyous summer. Good friends, good memories. Her voice stopped as she glanced over at Claude and me. I was sitting next to him, stroking his cock. We
Oh,
were
God.
holding hands. Then Fern, all smiles, announced, "It gives me great pleasure to introduce these good folks. I've known these guys ever since I swear for bringing them on this stage. I'm gonna strangle the person who wrote this if they go on stage and sing duet now. I'm so angry I lost my place, actually.
I've known these guys ever since.
I was a youngin'.
I don't know the song. Let's see. I've known these guys ever since I was a youngin'. Matter of fact, some of them taught me to play this thing. She held up the auto harp. when I was still a toddlin'. See, she does talk like this.
Yeah,
She left
probably.
I know.
heartily. She left heartily, then continued, Here I'm wasting time, where we should be tapping our toes, clapping our hands, and singing along. Good people of Paris, meet the French Port String Band. Playing
We're gonna have a
Frollo
hoedown.
Great.
I understand none of what's going on. There's something very surreal about medieval France just having a fucking hoedown.
I mean, at least hoedowns are fun.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself. I enjoy them. I enjoy line dancing too.
Motherfucker up on stage with a fucking like a fucking jug that they're just blowing across the top of, and another motherfucker with a fucking washboard.
Yep. I
Nice.
use the jug, and my friend uses the washboard because I don't have rhythm, but I'm full of hot air, so.
Yes, we've noticed. The whole block was filled with the rustic sounds of the American heartland. I hate it already. I was somewhat apprehensive when Fern told me she was bringing the band. Parisians may be put off by hillbilly music. Everyone's put off by hillbilly music.
You skipped the line.
Did I? Whoops.
Yep.
The band quickly set up. Then Ray, Fern's friend from Bean Blossom.
No,
Wait,
it's
no.
like
I
approaching.
skipped in the up. Whoops.
You skipped an
Approaching
entire
the stage were 12 people, 7 men, and 5 women. So that's 24 people. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
They're outnumbered by non-binaries. This is
Oh no.
this is a very rare situation. Non-binary hillbillies.
I think it's saying it's 12 people altogether, and of those 12, 7 were men and 5 were women. I don't know though.
It probably is, but I don't know. This is a much more interesting situation. Dressed in clothing from the rural Midwest. Thanks, I hate it. Beam overalls and straw hats for men. Thanks, I hate it. Gingham dresses for the women. Also hate it. It looks terrible. Fucking tacky. Stop it.
Gingham's not terrible.
Yes, it is.
Tacky, but not terrible.
They brought along the instruments that were familiar to me, but totally foreign to Claude and the rest of the 15th century guests. I pointed out and explained the instruments to Claude, the guitars, banjos, dulcimer, string bass, fiddles, and dobro, which Kyle played expertly. He knew the mandolin, although he made the comment, "Never seen one like that one, quite like that one."
Oh, so that's what that's called.
Dobro?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
And what do you call that instrument? As he pointed to Fern's auto harp. Claude, that's an auto harp. One of the easiest things to play. Fern's an idiot. Fern's been playing that ever since she was a child.
The band quickly set up. Then Ray, Fern's friend from Bean Blossom, introduced the members of the band and said, "You know, friends, we've played a lot of different venues, but never have we played Paris." Everyone laughed as Ray announced the first song. Gotta start out
Why
with
would they laugh?
I don't know. We don't understand what you're saying. Hey.
Speak French, you idiots!
Gonna start out with a little tune called the Wabash Cannonball. Okay, folks, let's go. 1, 2,
Thanks,
3.
I hate it.
Hello?
It's your line, Zane.
Ring,
Yes.
ring, banana.
Can y'all give me like 3 seconds? Like, say something funny for me real quick?
Sure.
Nah. Dang it, I can't think of anything funny on the spot.
Just say something, please.
Look,
ring,
everyone,
ring,
it's a
ring,
muffin.
ring, banana phone.
Muffins and pies, yeah.
Alright.
If anyone gets that reference, good job.
Okay.
Slurpee.
I could just picture the
Shut your
band being
mouth.
like, all right, boys, time to play our best song ever.
Except played on banjos.
Yeah, I was trying to set that up real quick, but I was having trouble.
I don't know, being as it's a whole hillbilly thing, I'm just imagining my cousin sure looks beautiful in this light. As does my sister.
Dang it, there's no banjo cover.
And my daughter.
Ooh, slow down there, Maurice.
Zane, your line.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I had to.
The whole block.
The whole block was filled with music.
Rustic
sounds.
With the rustic sounds of the American heartland. I was somewhat appreciative when Fern told me she was
apprehensive.
Sorry, I get apprehensive when thinking about Quad Frollo. When Fern told me she was bringing the band, Parisians may be put off by hillbilly music. I was wrong. Our guests loved it, especially Claude and Jihan, who were tapping their toes to the lively beated music. Everyone's just pretending to like it so Claude doesn't call their wives a witch.
I was going to make a joke of, it's the medieval era. They haven't heard good music yet. So anything sounds good to them.
Touché.
The funny thing is, I actually like this kind of music.
The band continued to play many favorite numbers. Like 5. The Googleplex. Fern got up and danced with Ray to Redbird.
I know that one!
You know, loudly said one band member, for a full-figured gal, old Fern can step mighty lively.
I should know. She's my niece.
God damn it. There is spit all over my screen.
Sorry.
Fern laughed, and as she and Ray performed the dance dating back to a time when much of the Midwest was still largely rural. Laughed ass. Fern then called to Kyle. Why don't you show some of your fancy footwork? Kyle took center stage as the fiddles warmed up. Sadly, the devil's not here.
Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul.
Don't you start on me.
It's a good song.
Why don't you just explain the reference instead of letting the reference stand for itself, thereby ruining the joke?
I wasn't explaining the reference. I was singing the song.
You were.
Claude leaned over and whispered to me, Kyle, a dancer? I whispered back. He's an expert clogger.
You should see him on the pole.
Won all kinds of competitions ever since he was 5 years old. That said, all eyes were on Kyle as the band began the familiar intro to Orange Blossom Special. The fiddler took great pains to make his instrument sound just like an old locomotive, although none of our 15th century friends would ever see such things. They would die soon.
I suddenly got the mental image of someone working the pole while wearing clogs.
Oh, God.
Like they just had, tearaway pants on. They ripped those off and they've still got, the clogs.
Wooden clogs.
Yes. Just over the beat of the music, you could just hear thunk, thunk, thunk.
Just someone dancing in clogs to the tunes of Electro House.
Just imagine stereotypical strip club music.
Zane, your turn.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Really?
Kyle stepped with
Yep.
3 Ps.
Are you sure that's not your line?
Yes, I'm sure it's not my line.
I wish it was because that's hilarious to look at.
Kyle Stepade. Stepad.
Step
And-
up, bud.
Kicked lively at the brisk rhythms. The band even stepped up the already lively tempo as the crowd called for an encore.
Unfortunately,
and
the
then they
music
threw
couldn't.
tomatoes.
Oh. I'm gonna say, unfortunately, the music couldn't be heard over his clogs.
Oh gosh, it's just.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Let's see.
Clog music.
It's like tap dancing, but worse.
Best bluegrass clog dancing video ever made. YouTube. National Clogging Convention.
You know, I'd rather be listening to Gangrass.
the clog convention starts with a child running.
Oh God.
That's cute.
When Kyle finished in a standard ovation, he called out to me with panting breath, "Would it be too... Holy shit, much trouble? Ask for some lemonade?" I complied and excused myself from my company. Wait.
Little did he know I was giving him
Wait.
tea instead of lemonade.
Wait. She excused herself from her own company? You know what? I can't deal with me right now.
That's never happened to you before?
I mean, that always happens to me every waking moment of every day.
Ah. And you can't die until you do it heroically, huh?
No.
Poor Kyle, out of breath and thirsty from all that dancing. This ought to hit the spot.
Acid!
And not the fun kind.
The shrooms are kicking in, dude.
It's kicking in! It's kicking in!
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I poured what I thought was a full crock of lemonade.
It actually is piss.
Piss.
Now that's funny. I could have sworn I made a fresh and full crock before the band got here. Where are all those cookies? Just put a full plate out.
I heard a
God,
sound.
Is she just getting date drugged?
I mean, maybe. I heard a sound from under the table. I pulled back the tablecloth and, to my surprise, stared directly into the eyes of Quasimodo. He was munching on cookies and drinking lemonade.
Unfortunately, they weren't those habanero chocolate chip cookies.
I really want to try those.
It'd be really funny introducing the people of ancient France to spice.
Well, I don't know. They probably had curry.
Just the
back.
voices of thousands of screaming Parisians.
Wait, was curry British?
Curry's Indian.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying to start snorting.
That one was on purpose. I'm sorry, I ruined the joke. Haha, got him. But anyways, Tom, I'm sorry.
What's up?
I thought curry was European.
I did think it was European.
Curry's
I can
English, right? No, the English can't handle spice. Why would they make curry?
You know, that's a good
They took
point.
over India, so they probably had it eventually.
England basically traveled the world, took everyone's spice, and never used any of it for themselves because they can't handle it.
Oh. Anyways. Quasi,
believe
what
your
are you
line is
doing here?
Quasi.
You're going to get in trouble,
Yeah.
I said as I suddenly screamed a monster, bringing Quasimodo into everyone's attention before they then murdered him because he looked ugly. That's pretty much the story of Quasimodo, right? Everyone doesn't like him because he's ugly.
More or less,
Pretty
yes.
much.
Despite the fact that he's kind of the most human of any of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the climbing into Esmeralda's coffin after she dies.
That wasn't in the Disney movie.
Yeah, but the Disney movie is also bad. Just
I
like
haven't.
Disney Hercules.
I heard that was like banned in Egypt because of how bad they thought it was.
What?
Like the Hercules movie, they either banned it or they just refused to show it in some places because it was like disrespectful in their eyes.
To who?
The Egyptians. Or no, Greece, sorry. That went right over my head. And
Oh,
into
the Hercules one.
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
I
you
don't know
pulled a
why I
me.
said Egypt, that's not Greece.
Thoth, what's this?
I'm tired, tired, sorry.
No, he's ill tired. Best girl is tired. Quasi shushed me and whispered, "I heard about your party, and I wanted to come. Please don't tell my master." I thought for a few seconds, and then decided not to tell Claude. Right, that's what I did.
Wait, didn't she not like it when Claude lied to her? So what, now she's lying to him?
I guess
She's
it's
not
okay
lying.
when Quasi's involved.
She's
She's
not
just
lying,
not
she's
telling the
withholding
truth.
Yeah, she's withholding
not
So
gonna
truth.
mention
lying. Was it lying through omission?
Maybe, I don't
Quasi's
know.
my little buddy. Even though Claude and I were lovers, disgustingly enough. Seriously, why would you want to fuck Claude? And told each other nearly everything, except for how disgusting his penis was.
it was disgustingly
There's a
huge.
fetish for everything.
Including old man dick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Quasimodo. Never mind.
No, I was talking
Probably
about
that too.
I mean, there is one adaptation of Hunchback of Notre Dame done by one of those, maybe like Jet Lag Productions or something like that, in which he's just some guy that, like, doesn't stand up straight and has, like, his hair over his face. And so, like, the end of it, like, his whole ugliness thing is cured by Jim just standing up straight and, like, brushing his hair to the side.
Amazing.
I'm not kidding. God awful.
That's
It's
all you
worse
need.
than
A
the Disney one.
makeover.
Shit. I wasn't about to form of this. Let Quasi have a little fun. What could it hurt? Then all of a sudden, there's just screaming from people, from the Parisians, because they're terrified of him.
Look, Quasi, I told him, keep out of sight and promise me you'll go back to the cathedral. I don't want to risk falling out with Claude Frollo. Quasimodo promised me he would stay out of trouble.
That was a lie. Quasimodo is then seen screaming at people.
So that was a fucking lie. Turns out Quasimodo got into the habanero chocolate chip cookies.
What took you so long? Kyle asked me as I returned with lemonade and cookie. I replied I had to make another batch of lemonade. These guys are really running through it.
Ew.
That's
Not a good-
unsanitary.
Please do not run through the lemonade. I'm not a good liar, but I thought everyone, especially Claude, bought it.
Our party was winding down. The band played its final numbers as daylight was quickly fading. Play Rocky Top, someone called from the crowd. It was one of the Parisians. I was very confused. It was Pearl Darcy. Everyone laughed as Fern said from her seat on the stage, "Miss Pearl, this is especially for you." And with that, the band launched into one of my favorites. Thanks, I hate it.
I wish I was down in Rocky Top, way up in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoky smog on Rocky Top. There ain't no telephone bills.
Why would you want to go to Tennessee?
Beautiful country.
Yes, the country of Tennessee.
No. It has beautiful
Countryside.
country there. Countryside and all that. Like Smoky Mountains and stuff.
It still just sounded like, Tennessee, it's a beautiful country.
Oh, didn't mean to
No,
sound
man,
that way.
bad
Oh,
joke.
well.
Only you heard it that way, man. Haha. Dummy.
How about you go ask what a telephone is?
What's a telephone? asked Ji Howen. I turned to Claude, smiled, and said, "Shut the fuck up. You don't need to know about that information, sir."
You do not have the proper clearance level for that information.
What's a clearance level? Exactly. Well, Professor Frollo can explain that. Claude, overcome with good humor, he began to explain to his brother Belle's remarkable invention. I couldn't help but laugh as Jihan's eyes widened in disbelief. Talking little box? And the other person can hear you from across town, across the country, across the sea? Impossible. Sorry, bullshit makes me sick.
It's all right.
As you all know, telephones are bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
Jihan exclaimed. Claude then leaned over to me and whispered in my ear, "You see what happens when a young man neglects his studies." I could only giggle and sing along with the band as they wrapped up the song. Shut the fuck up, Claude. You don't know what a telephone is. Smooth
Crud.
shit.
Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Another thunderous standing ovation. Fern glanced over at Claude as if to say, now? Claude returned the nod. Fern then leaned over and whispered something in Ray's ear. What are you up to, Claude? I asked, knowing that he has something up his sleeve again.
You learned
It's my
all the
pocket
lyrics to
pussy.
Rap God.
Is that still my line, or is it Zane's?
Not Zane's.
Okay.
Claude, aren't you going? No.
The band.
The band began playing Indiana Waltz as Quad Frollo stood up and asked, "May I have this dance?"
Ugh.
No. I was taken aback, but pleased all at the same time. Yeah, who wants to dance with an old weird guy?
Especially Claude Frollo. Claude led me out away from the crowd and put his arm around my waist and began to dance to the rustic sounds of dulcimers, fiddles, and Ray's plaintive tenor.
We always ask what are we reading, but we never ask why are we reading.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
Country roads, take me home.
Claude continued to dance with me. Then he twirled me into a dimly lit alley. He immediately kissed me.
Oh, God.
I could feel the tears on his cheeks. I heard him say over and over, "Oh, Nish, darling, I can't believe that this time next week." His voice trailed off as he kissed me again, deeply and passionately.
To the place where I belong. North Virginia.
North Virginia.
It was one of the 4 Virginias.
The 4 Virginia.
You know, West Virginia, North Virginia, East Virginia, South Virginia.
Iz did a cover of that one, that he did a Hawaiian version of it. It was really good because it had a ukulele and had his voice in it. Now, the guy who did the one Somewhere Over the Rainbow cover, I can't remember his real name, but he goes by Iz.
Is he still relevant though? I don't think so. Haha.
No, he's dead.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Hey, Zane, how about your line? Now I couldn't hold back.
I don't want to read anymore. You guys got this.
No, we don't.
Not a choice, Zane. Come on.
Now I couldn't hold back. Clyde, I'll never forget you. You've been a wonderful friend and lover. I really don't want to leave. I broke down in tears. I guess Clyde couldn't help himself either. We held and kissed each other for a long time. Claude's reassuring words. We'll see each other again. I can feel it. Oh, wait. Here's the thing. One of the girls from the future is a spy. Of course, he can just kind of, come whenever he wants. Gave me a sense of hope, since the time travel device worked with Fern and me, with the band and Aunt Petty. I can visit Claude anytime I want, but then again...
Oh, wow, she just had the most obvious revelation I've ever seen.
Was that a revelation? I didn't even realize. It just seems stupid.
Apparently she didn't realize it, so it was a revelation.
Okay, it's a freaking...
Claude and I continued to embrace and kiss when just then I heard a rustling sound in the alley. What was that? A rat? I said, somewhat alarmed, for I hate rats.
Yeah, who likes rats?
Well, I mean, rats back then could definitely be...
People with pet rats?
Yeah. Pet rats are actually really cute. But
Tom, your line.
Okay, hang on. Where'd we go? Okay, there we go. Claude began. I rather think it's the 2-legged variety. Well, that's racist. At that moment, a young blonde-haired man rushed past us. Oh, wait, he's white. Never mind. I recognized him at once. Claude, I said, isn't that...
Claude Frollo declared. I'm gonna butcher this and I don't care.
Alice de Chateaubriand.
Alice de Chateaubriand. His name is Chad. His name is Chatterbird, so I'm just gonna call him Miles de Chad.
That would instantly make him more likable than Claude.
He must have gotten past the gods.
Without hesitation.
Oh no, they made us swear. I'll
Rick.
shut up now.
Without hesitation, Claude summoned 2 of his men to arrest Malice for disorderly conduct. Were they in the alleyway with you?
Yes.
Were they just standing there watching you 2 make out?
Yes.
They just
probably.
like to watch?
Yep.
But
That's
Malice
pretty hot.
did... I'm gonna vomit. But Malice did not come to disrupt the party. Also, how is it disorderly conduct to just stand there?
He's
He was
just standing
loitering.
there menacingly.
Rather, he came for to take his younger brother and sister home. These were Renee and Jules, aged 10 and 14 respectively. They were part of the little group of children that took part in my playtimes. They were my particular favorites.
Snaking is illegal.
Halt!
Halt! By order of the Jarl. Stop right there.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Again, I'm just flashing back to that one story I read about a person who apparently had stolen every book in Skyrim and put them in their house. So every time they went into the house, the game started to crash and guards would start spawning inside
Why?
to arrest them because they stole so many books.
Well, why did they sneak and steal them?
Because they wanted all the books in town. They like to read.
The children protested going home so soon. I took Malice aside and said, "Can't you let them stay a little longer? We hadn't had ice cream yet. I'll see them home. Promise." I glanced over at Jackie, who was bringing out Aunt Pearl's homemade ice cream. Jackie kept it frozen in chest line and dry ice.
Well, that's gotta confuse the fuck out of people.
Why is your ice smoking?
Because it's a free country.
Wait, no, it's not.
I
It's
don't
never
have to
been a free
answer that.
country.
Slams the cooler.
Because shut up.
Definitely not magic.
Malice shot me a withering look. I remember Claude telling me about this young man. He was nothing but trouble. He said nothing as he dragged his siblings away from the festivities. Their protests were in vain. I could just
Oh
picture
no,
someone,
they didn't get ice cream.
I could just picture somebody being like, "Hey, you want to touch the smoking ice?" And they do it. It just
Yeah.
gets stuck to them.
God. Ow.
Yeah, that dry ice hurts.
Yeah, oh no, his younger siblings aren't getting ice cream. The monster. Who gives a shit?
Knowing you, you're just gonna say they'd die if they ate it.
Claude, aren't you going to arrest him?
Yes.
Cla-
For
Claude-
not giving them ice cream.
Yeah, that's a sin. Come on, guys.
And I wouldn't say that they die, they probably just shit themselves.
Claude
'Cause,
Frollo replied, "Oh, don't worry, my dearest. I put a what is that 20th century expression? Tail on young Malice de Châteaupurs. I believe he was spying on us."
Unfortunately, he took the expression literally.
I looked at Claude uncomfortably and said, "Spying? Snooping?" Snooping as usual, I see.
Snoop Dogg.
I felt a slight twinge of fear.
Oh no, this man wouldn't.
Why would Malice spy on us? All he wanted to do was come get his siblings.
You wanted him arrested for not giving his siblings ice cream.
That's abuse of authority. Just gonna say that right now.
That's like some kids next door thing. Like, can't give children ice cream? You must be some evil guy.
Claude embraced me, warning me to stay away from that young man, my love, for he is much more attractive than me. Then he sighed and said, "It's a pity he's not like his more illustrious cousin, Phoebus de Châteaupurs."
Oh, look, another character I don't care about. Phobos. I heard about him from some of our neighbors.
Isn't it kind of creative how one person has a name that means fear and another person has a name who means evil?
Yes, it's super creative. I'm going to steal this idea and put it in my own story.
At least when I do something like that, the character is a literal demon. So
Maybe
it's
they
at
are
least
literal
kind of
demons.
funny.
We haven't finished the book yet.
On top of that,
Sorry,
the
yeah.
character wasn't even that bad of a person, so it was just kind of a funny juxtaposition.
Okay.
I'm gonna name somebody Fear, but everyone fears them because they look disgusting and ugly.
Dude, what?
And he's gonna have a brother named Evil, but like he's just an asshole. He's not even evil. He's just like a dick at the bar.
Is this like a Smurf situation in which the name, like they just have names that kind of suit them?
No, that's not even gonna suit them properly because they're not even gonna be the bad guys. They're just gonna be side characters nobody cares about.
That just sounds like this story in a nutshell.
Got him. Haha. Nice. Meme.
Believe it's your turn.
Anyways, finally I pushed all the negative thoughts out of my mind and said to Claude, I thought we were supposed to have a good time. Besides, you don't want to miss out on the ice cream. I want to watch your shit, old man.
How do we make this story more interesting? We give the main character weird fetishes.
I mean, she likes Claude Frollo, so that already is a weird.
Every chapter's a new fetish.
What is it, like fucking like episodic hentai?
Yes.
Each episode's a new fetish.
Mm-hmm.
By season 3, we end up learning that one of the main character's fathers was actually a tentacle. So that's where
Not even tentacles. A single tentacle.
Yeah, it turns out that the heroine that's just been getting fucked the entire series is actually descended from a tentacle.
Oh, so the main character's father was the main character from Bloodborne. If you get all the umbilical cord.
So that's why I have a Gene Simmons tongue. Claude Frollo, Claude grinned. You're right. I can deal with juvenile delinquents another day. Intimately. Then his eyes widened in anticipation. Ice cream? He began with a broad smile. My mouth is literally watering in anticipation.
The ice cream sounds good, too. That said, we enjoyed the waiting hours of an unforgettable day, because there was ice cream.
I scream, you scream, the police come, it's awkward. Sorry, I'm only really interested in stories involving ice cream if Clint Howard's involved.
R/whoosh. What?
Basically every reference I make with you.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't even know if Tom got the movie reference.
No, I didn't.
It's a movie called The Ice Cream Man, in which Clint Howard plays an ice cream man who murders people.
Ah.
There's a scene in which he has a decapitated head inside a giant waffle cone.
Huh.
I believe it's your
Anyways,
line.
is it my line?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, Superintendent Chalmers. Welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
Wait, what? I thought that you actually read that. I was like, wait. Wait. Breathe!
I'm about to shit my pants.
What?
Nothing. Is it that said, that line?
No, I walked.
I walked
I
Snowball.
walk each snowbally aroundy the groundsies, surroundings the little cottage. I thinksies we were both boredsies from waiting so long.
Z's.
Z.
Royal Viking. What is going on in here? See?
Just then, Jahan came out and pulled me by the hand. What's the matter, Jahan? I demanded. Jahan, looking somewhat alarmed and worried at the same time, said, Anisha, you need to come in here. The man wants to say something to you. Wait, was that a flashback?
No, this is a time skip. I think. Unless this is the flashback.
I don't... Zane, your line again.
Just then.
Nope.
No. The one
What?
after.
I don't know.
I don't know this man. What could he possibly say to me and why?
Hurry! Insisted Jahan. I don't think there's much time left. I followed Jahan into the caretaker's cottage, but turned my eyes towards the road in to spot a tall figure in the distance riding a white horse. Chapter 18.
Are we gonna read
All right,
that?
that's all, folks.
It's been under an hour. God damn it! That's not the thing I meant to click. We're on chapter 18. Read, Tom.
Wait, can y'all give me a moment to do something real quick?
Oh, God.
No,
Yeah.
not you. I'll be like right back. I have to check on something real quick.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
my line anyway. I'll go ahead and read.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana. What?
Claude, he'll be back. Claude
Yeah,
Frollo.
I don't know how that's going to affect the recording, though.
Claude Frollo came to me as soon as I walked through the door. He appeared worried, anxious, and sad all at the same time. Denisha, darling, he began as he tenderly caressed my hand. I would have forbidden this, but young Jules will say something to you. What?
Something to show you? Well, okay. Okay, but why, though?
Isn't that kid I befriended last summer, Renee's brother? Because pizza, that's why.
Okay.
Guys, I want more pizza.
That woman's proportions terrify me. And not in the fun way.
She's not real.
She's not real. She can't hurt
Gee.
Llytic.
I thought she was.
Well, I'm glad I could help fix that for you.
I had no idea. Son, calm down. It's just a drawing.
Ow, my throat.
Oh, God.
I like that. I'm stealing this.
That was
You haven't
truly.
seen those pictures yet?
No.
I've seen those all the time, all over the place.
Tom, you need to be on the internet more.
How
Jeez.
behind are you on memes?
Let's see.
Next, you're gonna come to us with those like memed versions of like old, not old pictures, but like fantasy pictures, and be like, "Wow, have you guys seen these?"
No,
I
but
don't
have
get
you
it.
guys? But have you guys heard of that one thing? Apparently, Shaggy is the most powerful being in the universe now. Like,
Okay, I'm muting you.
And mute.
Okay, I'm gonna read my line, then unmute him. Was truly dumbfounded. Then upon quickly regaining my composure, no, it wasn't. I said to Claude, "So Jules, do shut up, do shut up, not de, do was your lieutenant. He was the one who caused you so much embarrassment." Claude nodded, then led me to a small, cramped bedroom. We began to fuck. Claude Frollo held on to me as I approached the bed where Jules laid. Okay.
And then I fell on my ass.
have y'all
And then
seen
I-
that one video with the Pop-Tart cat that poops rainbows?
I could play this all day, Tom.
Tom's the best. I have to say it now.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Tom.
Nah, keep going, Tom. That was funny. I like it. The way you said that, that's the most beautiful part, too.
See how this turns out.
Am I off the hook?
You're
Yeah,
deafened.
Tom.
Oh, wait, that's right. He can't hear us because I deafened him.
Oh, there goes
God
Tom.
damn it.
Well, have fun.
Okay, god damn it.
So is it my line now?
Yes. We
Cool.
need Zane. Okay. Now read your line.
Just as Jahan said, Jules was critically injured. It took much fortitude on my part to keep a sudden wave of nausea under control. Jules's head was bandaged with an old cloth, which was already soaked with blood. His face was puffy and discolored. One eye was swollen shut. I've always praised Jewel for being such a pretty child. That's unhealthy, with bright blue eyes and a mass of dark hair. Many of our Parisian friends said that his cousin Phobos had has eyes just as blue, but I never met Phobos. I wondered if that was Phobos I saw approaching in the distance. No, it's going to be the soldier guy from the actual Hunchback of Notre Dame story.
Hey, Vsauce! Michael here. What if you were poisoned?
Oh.
Just as Jihan, right? No. Yes?
Yes, maybe.
I don't think that Tom finished his.
Scandalous.
Okay, I'll just finish the thought then. And where is Renee? Surely she'd be here with her brother. She's dead. She died.
Well, I guess if this next one is technically another, like a case in which he pressed enter, then Zane starts on the word Jules with a question mark.
Jules? Isn't that the kid I befriended? Wait, what? I said that last time. What?
No. The
Yes?
question mark one. Not the exclamation point.
We're always down.
I whispered to him. He managed to stir. He was weak from a tremendous loss of blood.
Oh,
Jules
well.
opened his one good eye and stared at me. Even in his gurgle state, it didn't take him long to recognize me. Madame, it's really you, he feebly said. I sat by the bed and held his hand, saying, Jules, don't try to do too much, honey. What did you want to say to me?
Jules looked at Claude, then Jihan, then me. I wanted to thank you for being so kind to me and my sister. Malice was so horrid to you, and...
How and when did this happen?
By denying them ice cream.
Oh, okay.
His voice stopped as he rode out another wave of pain. I had to admire Jules for one so young. He developed particular toughness, a quality that helped him through his short, difficult life. Or at least it would be short now, as I placed the pillow over his face.
Jesus Christ.
It's a kinder fate for him to continue living in this story.
Then he continued. And to Minister Frollo, Malice, should have left us. We should have gotten ice cream. Me and Renee. That said, Jules de Chattepers passed out, and even that short talk was too taxing. I then picked up the pillow and began to place it over his face. He started struggling as soon as his body registered what was happening, but it wouldn't be long now.
Ooh.
Don't worry, he'll respawn. I then turned to Claude. I then turned to Claude and asked, "Where's Renee? And what did he mean? What did Malice do to you?" Claude Frollo fell strangely silent, then left the room. "What's wrong? Why is Claude so upset?" He called me a booger face.
He called me old. But you are old.
Claude then grabbed the pillow and started headed towards me. I didn't know what was going on till the pillow went over my face. I started struggling feebly as I felt the air leave my lungs, and I couldn't bring any more back in. Then sweet darkness.
Jihan then said to me, "Go to him, for there's much he needs to say to you. I'll stay with young Jules." I looked once more at Jules. Ooh. Followed Claude outside. He was stroking Snowball's shiny coat. Then led his horse to the water, the trough. That's right? Trough?
Yes, trough.
Yes, you got it right.
I'm a big boy. I did it. I know words. I
Best
walked up
girl is all grown up.
and said, "Claude, what's wrong, honey?"
Claude turned his eyes to me. Just his eyes. They were full of pain, sadness, and anger. He took me in his arms and after a short silence began to explain. "My love, I'm sorry if I seem... What is your expression? Expression. Out of it." He stopped momentarily to kiss me, then continued. I do declare.
Osteoporosis.
I say, I do declare. What a day, what a day.
Jump down races, sing this song, do-da. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, fuck, I lost track.
I had no idea.
I had no idea that young man was Jules de Chateaupeuse. He's changed so much since then. Claude's voice trailed off as I caressed his cheek.
It's okay, sugar, I reassured him. Then I asked, but where is Renee? She should be here.
Dead.
Claude replied, she's dead.
I smothered her with the pillow.
She is at the chateau. Oh, darling, don't you remember? Renee's working for Mademoiselle Darcy, a seamstress no less, and a very good one. How long
I also
has
smothered her with the pillow.
How long has it been? I knew Claude was attempting to soften things for me, but no doubt about it, Jules was dying and Renee had to be summoned to be with her brother in his last moments. Then she would shortly join him. I then asked...
They were an incestuous relationship.
I then asked, what did Jules say to you? I mean, while I was outside.
As soon as I had spoken, Claude became visibly agitated. His eyes were hot with anger as he crisply said, Denisha, have you forgotten all that? The conspiracy? Mouse is dead, and good riddance! The things he and his accomplices did to me. Obviously upset, he briskly walked towards the road and stopped. At once I followed him, and he called out, Claude! I'm sorry I mentioned Mouse, and yes, I have blotted all that out. Is that what Justice meant? Or Jules meant?
Justice!
Justice reigns from above.
I am Justice.
So, Batman, what'd you name your daughter? Justice!
What would you like to drink? Justice. Hey, can you tell me how to get down, like, to this one bar? Justice!
Can you tell me how to... Can you tell me how to get to the library? Oh yeah, you just take a ride on Maple Street. It's not far, you can't miss it.
You take a ride on Justice. Claude Frollo faced me, took a deep breath, and said, My dearest Nisha, don't you remember what happened on the day of the festival?
Yeah, that jerk didn't let his siblings get ice cream.
Oh no, the monster. Making sure they didn't shit themselves due to not being able to digest dairy. Claude needed to say no more, for I knew what exactly he was talking about. I remember it all too well. That man, once a friend pretended to be Claude Frollo, and Claude would have died if he hadn't acted quickly enough. What?
Don't say any more, sugar, I said. Malice is dead. What more is there to add? He's a ghost now. We're all gonna die. Claude Frollo tightly embraced me and kissed my mouth. Sweet love, I don't know what I would have done without you. He continued to embrace me when, just then, he exclaimed, It cannot be! Phobos?
My ex?
Zane.
He's some good old boys.
Yes.
It's your line.
Claude Frollo faced me and took a deep breath.
Really? Oh, well, I
Yes.
skipped some lines. Cludy Frooly faced me, took a deep breath, and
No,
said,
no. No, we've read those already. It's my eyes.
Yes, we did. Whoops.
Yeah, it's Don't Say My Name, Sugar, right?
No, my
No.
eyes quickly focused.
Mine eyes quickly focused on the blonde-haired woman fastly approaching us.
What?
Wait, blonde-haired man. He was big, muscular, handsome, and pretty boy turned Jacques. Wait, that happens in France? I mean, in Paris in this time?
No, she's just
I guess as
referencing
attractive as you can be in the medieval era.
To my mind, he approached more like a Hoosier,
Hoosier.
good old boy rather than a gallant Captain Phoebus I had heard so much about. He wasn't wearing the armor of his rank, rather, he was dressed in civvies, if there was such a word in medieval France.
There wasn't.
It's
You
called
have
I don't
committed
want to
a
wear my armor, it's heavy, okay? Shut up.
You have committed a cardinal sin. You must die for your transgressions.
He was not alone, for he was for riding with him was Renee. She appeared extremely upset. Minister Frollo, said Phoebus as he dismounted. Kinky. He helped Renee down from his horse, Achilles. So cold because he's been stabbed in the ankles many times. She immediately ran to me. Madame, is it true? My brother is dying? she tearfully said as she threw her arms around me. I'm not gonna lie, for some reason, I didn't see it as arms. I saw the word anus.
Okay, I guess we know where your mind is, so usual place.
My mind combined turned the R into an N and then the last half of the M into a U. It's the fucking dyslexia thing, man.
You don't have to explain anything. It's like it's funny.
I comforted Renee as Claude and Phoebe continue to converse.
Phobos, Claude began, somewhat alarmedly. I haven't seen you since that day in Notre Dame. What has happened to you? You look stupid. He then asked Phobos, and why are you here? Phobos, his expression a mixture of depression and disgust, replied, didn't they tell you? I'm the caretaker of the Darcy estate. I had no idea Jules was here. Your sergeant at the Palace of Justice told me everything. I had to return as soon as possible.
It's amazing how little I care.
Like, I don't just...
Claude, after a brief silence, then asked, you were in Paris? Why? Phoebus, with a heavy heart and a sad voice, answered, I was looking for my wife, blah, blah, blah. Claude and I were puzzled for a few. For all we knew, Phoebus was single. I know you're going to be shocked when I tell you this, but Phoebus took a deep breath and said, I married Esmeralda. Who's that again?
That's a gypsy.
Gypsy girl from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay, so yeah, Phobos was the blonde dude.
Was that his actual name?
Apparently.
Okay.
Which makes me wonder if maybe his name doesn't mean fear. I don't know, it just seemed like the obvious one. Well, granted, it would probably be derived in some sort of after the Greek god of sleep's name, Phobos.
I thought that was Hypno.
No.
Like, not Hypno. I thought it was something else other than
Oh, it's
Phobos.
just Phobos.
Let's see. Yeah, it's Hypnos.
Swear there's a Phobos.
Phobos is, I think, is one of Ares' sons, who is like an embodiment of fear or something like that.
Okay. So yeah, his name is probably derived from fear, but
yeah, you had that one.
I wasn't expecting that. My eyes quickly focused on the blonde-haired man vastly Immediately, Claude Frollo's mood changed from utter puzzlement to sheer rage. You married her, Esmeralda, the gypsy witch who caused me so much trouble. No, what caused you trouble was your dick, you dick. Oh, Phobos. Claude was livid. Phobos, sensing Claude's obvious disapproval, told us, I knew you wouldn't be too thrilled. Then again, my marriage to Esmeralda was nothing but a sham from the start. That actually is weirdly book accurate, if memory serves. Like, she just married him out of pity.
Huh. Interesting.
She did?
She married someone out of pity.
He went on to explain how he had married gypsy dancer Esmeralda. Okay.
Gypsy dancer Esmeralda.
He managed to secure the caretaker's job after he was discharged from his military duties. They gave him a swift kick on the butt.
Discharged in his wife.
Is it my line?
Yes.
After all,
Yep.
Yes.
if I was to support a wife, I'd need a job, income. Phoebus told us that after a while, Esmeralda soon tired of life in the country. That's why I'm in Paris, to find her. I had no luck. So she's cheating on you.
No, only because she's being villainized in this story.
Mm-hmm.
In the
Who
Hunchback of
doesn't
Notre
want to bone Quad Frollo, am I right? Only a crazy evil person.
Everyone. Everyone doesn't.
This story, basically, screw this story. That's what we're saying.
Yes. Claude Frollo softened a bit, telling Phobos. So she ran out of you. On you. How typical for her kind. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's a freaking...
Oh, God.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Is it?
Phobos nodded, adding, that was I was a fool. I should have known better. She took advantage of everyone. You, me, Quasimodo. Oh no, I forgot how she duped Quasi, that poor kid. She was the only person that showed Quasimodo any modicum of kindness.
Ah, so now we're getting to the root of the stupidity of this story. The root of it, rather than just seeing the fruits of the labor.
Is this the chapter where we get that really misogynistic part? I don't remember.
Maybe.
I don't know, I haven't read this one before.
At that moment, one of the guards called out to us, "Your Grace, Madame, you need to hurry. The young man is fading fast."
He's disappearing. He's becoming transparent.
Immediately, we went back inside the cottage. Oh, don't worry, he's just becoming one with the Force. Jules hadn't much time left, but in the back of my mind, I kept tossing about the name, Esmeralda. Esmeralda. Now I remember her.
Thanks for stealing Zane's line.
Oh, was that Zane's line? Whoops.
Yes.
I encountered her the same day. I had another dangerous run-in with Matt. What?
Yes.
Brain? I don't know why, but that just felt wrong to me.
This entire story feels wrong.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth.
This
I can't
story
believe-
is unreal.
Some sort of time skip of some direction. I
wish
can't
it
believe it. 3 more days, then home.
Fern and I had already packed up everything and closed our Paris house. Jackie and Kyle had already returned to 20th Century, as well as Aunt Pearl. Fern moved in with Madame Darcy for those last few days, and I stayed with Claude at the Palace of Justice. He had invited me to spend those final days with him. Fern and I would return home on Friday morning.
Friday. Gotta wake up on Friday.
Gotta do stuff like go to school and, I don't know, read, I guess? Do taxes?
Ride the bus.
I need to do my taxes.
It was on Wednesday. I always want to die on Wednesday. That I had asked him about Malice and his siblings. That morning I had gathered the neighborhood children in the square for one last kickball game where I kicked them in the shins. I didn't see
And the balls.
But Rini showed up, sporting a black eye and split lip.
She wasn't doing very good at getting the ball. I hope that's not the case. Wednesday's supposed to be whenever I'm in charge of the whole Monster of the Week thing. If I'm doing that bad of a job. Oh boy.
It probably has nothing to do with you. Wednesdays are just kind of crazy days.
Claude said he didn't want to be upset. Claude said he didn't want to upset me with the sordid details. But I finally found out what I had highly suspected. That parents died nearly 5 years ago. Claude Frollo began. Malice, being the eldest, was responsible for the rearing of his younger siblings.
Malice beats his sister, I said, as Claude sadly nodded.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dumbest line in all of history coming up.
Yep, Zane, your line.
Even in the 15th century, child abuse was a problem, and not much has changed.
So it should be
in the 15th century.
It should be especially in the 15th century.
Child abuse has been
problem.
slowly declining over the years. You know, like violent crime rates.
Well, it's almost like when people live better lives, they do less bad stuff to get by.
Yeah. Funny how that works. Somehow, back during medieval France, child abuse was still a thing. Oh, God.
All right,
That'd be
it's
a time
official.
in which they beat a child for having issue with authority, despite the fact that issue with authority is a very healthy thing that everyone should have.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like taking orders from people, if I recall.
If you don't question those above you, you're doing a shitty job of being below people.
It's official. I want to go back to Midnight Sun. Yep, I said it.
Claude went on to explain how Malice fell on his own fist. Okay, I'm gonna say it. One of the funniest things you will ever hear is people who come to the hospital because they have something stuck in their ass.
Yeah, I have my fist stuck in my ass.
Because the story they always say is, I fell. Not like, oh, I was lowering myself down onto it or anything like that. No, I accidentally fell and it ended up my ass. Like, One or two cases, yeah, sure, maybe. But when every single one of them is saying that, I'm pretty sure
have
you
a problem.
just. I'm pretty sure you were just sticking Buzz Lightyear up your ass. Be one of my
found
favorite
my
X-rays I've
Budweiser
seen.
and he went up my ass.
Like there was a picture I saw that made me laugh, and it was like a Buzz Lightyear action figure that was stuck up someone's ass, toy that was stuck up someone's ass, and somehow when that happened, the wings deployed,
That sounds extraordinarily painful.
anchoring it inside.
How did they get it out? Did they have to do surgery on the butthole?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Ah, yes, butthole surgery. That's what I wanted to hear about today.
I mean, that's better than
That's
this
exactly
story.
what I want to hear about. Tell me more.
I mean, I've also seen an X-ray of a snake inside someone's vagina.
Ugh.
Apparently, it was looking for warmth and slithered up there.
People are weird.
Well, no, that one I could believe is like accidentally happening. Like you're just sleeping out in the woods, like a snake's looking for warmth, and it just like, oh hey, this is a nice, warm, cozy place.
I mean, if you were like sleeping in the nude in the woods, maybe.
If you're wearing anything similar to shorts, it wouldn't take much for the snake to get up there. All you'd
They're
have
like
to be doing
shorts,
is
they're
going
comfortable and
commando.
You need to wear.
Yeah. What are you expecting? People sleeping out in the woods in jeans?
I mean, I do that sometimes, but I'm weird,
It's
so
horribly uncomfortable.
I only wear pants, so I have a problem.
All right. Claw went on to explain how Malice fell under the influence of street thugs, most notably gypsy street gangs. Pretty sure that was mostly just a product of racism. His siblings suffered horribly from neglect and abuse. When FanFest came, she took the little ones under her wing, cared for them while Malice roamed the streets. Ah, see what they did there? He was seldom home. He then sighed at him. If Phobos was here, but he'd been gone nearly 20 years. He wouldn't know his cousins.
Phobos, that name again. Zane.
Claude then embraced me and kissed my lips. I should have done this long ago.
Done what, honey? I asked as he approached me with a pillow.
Claude held me tighter.
Cracking my spine.
I'm taking Renee and Jules to the Darcy estate. Surely Marie-Louise can find them a place. He kissed me again, saying, I know the extent of your concern, and I am touched. It is why I am doing this. For you, my love. And he slowly tightened his grip more and more, and then my eyes popped out of my sockets.
Snapping my spine.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, what's this? Looks at spinal column. I believe it's your line, Zane.
It is. Hold on. But what happened to Malice? I asked somewhat apprehensively. Claude Frollo sighed again. That I do not know. My men lost sight of him since the day of your party, but I have a feeling he'll show his face, perhaps make a serious blunder. A deliciously wicked grin and lip on his face, he said, and when he does, I'll be ready for him.
Anally.
Claude kissed me again, then warned me to watch out for Malice. He could be anywhere. Like in this building. Ugh.
Or behind me.
Knocked
Claude
unconscious.
left the Palace of Justice later that afternoon and take the children to the Darcy estate. When I returned, Anisha, he said as he kissed me goodbye, I have a special gift for you. A gift? Now what could that be? I hope it's his penis.
I wasn't about to stay inside all day. I was getting a little restless. Besides, I had to get that book of Riley poetry from Quasi. I wanted to give that to Claude.
No. I walked in the direction of the cathedral, stopping to watch a performance given by a group of gypsy musicians. It consisted of a man on drums, a little boy playing the flute, and a woman dancing with her tambourine. Rounding out the group was this cute white goat sporting a golden earring. Wow, that goat's a thug. The crowd seemed to enjoy the lively music as the goat pranced around in time with the beat. This is so cute. She really has that goat real twained. What are you laughing
Mark
about?
Twain, to be specific.
No, I meant like twains.
Who to?
I was gonna say that, dang it.
The woman was young and very pretty. Her jet black hair flowed in the breeze as she whirled and gyrated to the music. She had the most beautiful green eyes I'd ever seen. I couldn't help but tap my toes and clap my hands to the infectious rhythms. I'd unfortunately caught the R virus, the rhythm virus. The most deadly of Umbrella's viruses.
Oh no.
Everyone infected starts tap dancing and they can't stop.
Dancing zombies.
Just then,
Tapping of the dead.
Just then, the boy whistled alarmedly. A few soldiers were approaching and the gypsies abruptly ended their performance, only to stop and collect the few coins that the crowd had tossed. I fumbled around in my pocket and pulled out a handful of gold coins. Where did you get that?
It's American dimes and quarters.
Painted gold with spray paint.
What a lovely day.
I caught up with the gypsy girl, handed her the coins, and complimented her on the former setting. Cute goat, what's his name? The girl looked at me and said, Bitch, I'm running from the cops. Get away from me.
Leave me the fuck alone.
And the girl looked at me with a curious mixture of gratitude and awareness. Then she said, Thank you, and the name is DiGiorno. I'm not going to bother saying that right.
Pretty sure
Then
it'd
she
be something
disappeared.
similar.
Yep, Diali, I think.
Dijali.
Yeah, like the Jolly.
Then
Or
she
Diali.
disappeared down the narrow alley. Damn, she was skinny.
The Jolly and the Ollie.
Ollie
DiGiorno's
Oxen.
Pizza. DiGiali's Pizza.
It didn't dawn on me until much later that girl was Esmeralda, the one who would be Claude Frollo's undoing. If I'd known that then, I could have. No, just as Fern said, don't change the out. I then smothered Claude Frollo with a pillow.
I had a nice long visit with Quasimodo, but I forgot my book. Oh well, I can get it tomorrow. I then headed back for the Palace of Justice.
It's high noon.
Zane, it's your line.
Woo.
Phew.
Woo.
That's a weird word.
Well, it's almost dark. I shouldn't have stayed so long, but I hope Claude's home now.
So I
Then we
can
open
get
the
that
door and
dick.
Alice is there, right?
Oh, God. Wouldn't surprise me. That seems like it was something the story would do. I decided unwisely to take a shortcut through an alley, a route that I'd always taken in the daytime, but never after. I walked briskly down the alley, ever aware of my surroundings. Damn, it sure got dark. A few more yards and you're home. I didn't notice a pair of strange men watching me, nor was I prepared for what happened next. I felt a hand grab me from behind. It all happened so fast, I had no time to react. The man held me fast. He covered my mouth, so I screamed. Chloroform in this den.
I have no mouth and I must scream. I struggled in his grasp, desperately trying to get away. Then the other man approached me. He wore a colorful outfit, complete with long black gloves and a battered wide-brimmed hat. I think he was a gypsy, but I couldn't make out his face because it was so dark. I definitely knew the other man. Malastay shot a purrs.
Purge? Prince of Persia?
Yes.
I'm just flashing back to the terrible movie.
The other man spoke. Well, well, I heard him say in a heavily accented voice, if it isn't Frollo's latest conquest.
Conquest.
Quan Chi.
Yes, it's French for conquest.
I was referencing the Mortal Kombat character, but okay.
I got that reference.
I didn't.
Hey, you realize your head looks like a dick, right?
I forgot that was a line.
Got him.
Malice, his hand still over my mouth, said through clenched teeth, Minister Frollo took my brother and sister to some fancy chateau. You had to come here with your fancy New World airs. What?
The other, I don't freaking know. It's supposed to be like a gang violence scene, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, fight the power.
The other man laughed in my face as he took out a knife, letting the blade barely skim my face. My entire body trembled with fright. I kept hoping that Claude or maybe a soldier would happen to come by. Then the gypsy spoke. I don't think you will be an FSM for too long. Not after you find out the truth about your lover, Minister Claude Frollo. Ugh.
That's when she remembered she's from the future and is
An
kind of from the
FSM
south, so she just
what?
pulls out a gun.
Why does the gypsy know what the term FSM is?
Because this story, like, I'm not
We covered
questioning.
this before, because that's female seeking male.
Yeah,
I thought
it's
that was Flying Spaghetti Monster.
that too.
But why does the gypsy know 1990s internet dialogue?
Yes.
Why is this gypsy frequenting Craigslist misconnection server?
I don't
Um,
know.
I don't know, but considering this story, it doesn't surprise me, like, at all.
Why are they all speaking English? Whose line is it?
Because it's
Anyway,
Zane's line, I think.
whose line is it anyway?
It's a good show.
Truth.
Truth.
What kind of sick game are these guys playing? And
Twister.
what are we really planning, or what are they really planning to do with me?
And what are really planning to do to me?
What are really planning to do to me?
Yes.
Mellows grasped me tighter, laughed, and said, Where shall we begin?
Mm.
There was Araxta, Minerva, Mal, Delilah, Evangelion. I'm not a fan of that one. Belladonna. Shall I go on?
Delia Evangeline, I think, was those two.
I'm pretty sure you could still pronounce it Evangelion.
Maybe, I don't know. It's the wrong word order for that, but anyway. What? I already knew about that. Zane.
Zane.
The gypsy laughed and said, I do believe she'll come around to our side. Standing so close to me, I could feel the hairs of his beard and... You got a nice beard, man. He then said, and I can just see you confronting your lover, perhaps killing him in a jealous rage, pity.
I mean, that would be preferable to this story.
The man's voice was hideously sarcastic.
I gotta do something. These guys think they're scared of me. I know all about the others. Claude told me. I understand. Please get me out of this jam.
Well, time kneaded the groin sent the gypsy screaming and writhing to the ground. Malice, alarmed at his partner in crime in such agony, suddenly released me.
But why, though?
I took advantage of the confusion and tore out of the alley, not even stopping to see if Malice and his friends were following me. I ran out into the street and towards the Palace of Justice. Come on, get me to the palace. Have to tell Claude.
In a flash, I found myself pounding on the heavy doors of the main entrance. Jihan was already standing in the doorway when I knocked. What is the matter? Why so frightened? He asked. With ragged breath, I told Jihan to get me inside. I need to talk to Claude.
I told Claude everything. My unwise shortcut through the alley, Malice and that gypsy grabbing me. I could have been hurt. Or worse.
That could have been in the
worse.
story. Oh, wait, shit.
What could be... Wait. Claude Frollo, enraged that someone had the audacity to lay a finger on my lover, from his captions to find Malice did Chad, Malice to Chad, and the gypsy vermin. Bring them to me, alive. Claude then took me to his arms, kissed me, and told me, I shall take care of the young Malice. He shall torment us no more.
I was relieved that Malice was finally getting his comeuppance. But
Me, Quad Frollo, and you're watching Disney Channel. Dun, 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 dun.
But knowing how Claude deals with criminals, anally, I was uneasy. I had to ask, Claude, exactly what will happen to those guys.
We're gonna burn at the stake, probably.
While I'll ream them.
Claude just kissed me again and held me closer, saying, "My love, let me deal with malice in my own way. I know how it distresses your 20th century sensitivities, but Nisha, horrible as it is my duty." She's still dating this dude.
Still dating a man who tortures people for a living.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
You know who they expect even less? Mexican Inquisition.
Zane, your line.
Is it though?
Yes,
Yes.
we're almost
I'm
done.
sorry, I'm on repeat now. It's just, ugh. I looked up at Clued, traced his handsome face with my finger, and replied, "It's okay, honey. I understand. Do what you have to do. While you do that, I'll go watch the B movie."
God damn it. I want to be a bee! See the behind the scenes stuff for that movie?
No.
No,
There's like a
Never.
bunch of like weird skits.
never seen the B movie, so.
Why don't watch it? I mean, do. Watch it.
No, I don't want
Watch
to.
it, you sack of shit.
No, I don't want to.
It's more confusing than anything. The next morning, I took my usual walk through the Palace of Notre Dame. A crowd gathered around the pillory to watch another hapless soul receive his punishment. Anal. Claude Frollo, astride Snowball, stood nearby.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
I never noticed you left.
Probably not.
You soldiers.
Yeah, okay. A few soldiers tied the young man to the pillory. Then another man carrying a long whip took his place on the platform.
I didn't know this was
Hey.
turning into BDSM.
Anal.
I didn't mean to watch so intently, but I want to see this man get his just desserts. Malice flinched under every crack and lash as the crowd began to jeer and throw food at him.
We were watching a torture scene.
Welcome to the 15th century.
I walked up to Claude, who saw me, and said, "I wanted to spare you of this, my love."
Yeah, because
Claude,
people know
why
I'm
are you
big
ha-
bitches.
Why do you have a raging heart right now? I like to watch.
Sticks and stones break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
Wow,
Claude
where did you
Frollo's
find
big
that
bird
on a
BDSM?
fucking bumper sticker?
A ginger friend I knew a few years ago.
Yeah, it's a several years old joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it several years ago. I just thought it was appropriate for this scene.
Sticks and stones are solid objects, but words are just sound vibrations.
Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will fucking psychologically torment me. I said nothing as I found myself silently recoiling from blow after blow. The whip was wet with Malice's blood.
How many? I asked Claude, finally turning my eyes away.
50 lashes to be administered publicly, came the swift response.
Then he helped me up into the saddle. I held on to Claude as he put spurs to Snowball.
Passing the pillory, Claude stopped momentarily and glared at Malice. Malice glared right back. His eyes registered no emotion.
Then how was he glaring?
Claude never found the gypsy.
Emotionless. You can't glare without emotion.
Vowed he would find the hideout of the Court of Miracles.
God damn it. But Malice.
Who'd have thought the evil plans that he and that gypsy were hatching would nearly cost Claude Frollo his life?
Oh, so it ends happily.
Oh boy, I can't. They said almost cost him his life, so like.
Maybe he'll be horrifically maimed.
Yeah, that would be great.
God,
They
I
start to
can't-
whip Claude
I
Frollo.
can't wait for the next exciting installment.
I need something to make me happy. There we go.
How about Aku?
Are those leaves on his head?
They look like maple leaves.
Do you know what that's a joke of?
Oh,
No.
dear. Canadian coup?
Yes. No. They turned aku into aku aku.
Ah, okay.
Aku aku. Oh!
From Crash Bandicoot.
Hmm.
Troglodytes don't watch any good shows or play any
I-
good games. Fucking.
I
can't
do
talk
watch
to y'all
Samurai
anymore.
Jack.
Just end the episode. Nope.
No,
Nope.
I was just gonna say, I do
no,
absolutely
no,
love the
no.
Canadian flag.
Nope. I don't care. You've already ruined my joke. I can't be with y'all anymore. Y'all don't play any.